In this video, we'll talk about whether or not it's possible to make billions as a trader. Also, traders, welcome back to Bangkok in Thailand. It's a question I got recently by email, or I think a YouTube comment not that long ago, about why it's not possible to make billions as a trader. And I want to answer that question based on some analysis I've done, some research I've been doing recently, and how to do if you want to make billions as a trader. And I'll check out my thoughts about why I think we don't see many billionaire traders. And here I'm not talking about like people that look like they're billionaires, or they try to look like they're billionaires and they're fake traders. I'm talking about people that are really making billions and not showing off for trying to sell things and stuff. So I came across this article recently talking about the basically top 5 secrets of billionaire traders, and I came to like read because I was curious about that doing my research. And they talk about people like Warren Buffett, Marty Schwartz, Philip Fisher, Paul Tudor Jones, and people like that. What you need to understand about these people is that they might look like traders from the outside, but they're not really traders. And people look at like Warren Buffett and think that he's a trader from the outside, which is kind of what he is, but not exactly. He's an investor, and he's developed some skills that make him much more than a trader. Things like how to communicate with shareholders, how to build companies, how to invest and buy companies, how to run these companies on a higher level. And that's something that traders don't do. Like, that's different. That's a different skill that you can learn if you want, but it's a much different game. And it's been buying businesses as opposed to just buying stocks or buying currencies. It's a different thing. And Warren Buffett has been able to build a massive fortune, like worth billions, but that took him many years. And I think that's a point that also we need to address, the fact that most traders are not going to trade for like 40, 60 years. They're going to stop at some point. Most day traders that I know, that I came in contact with, once they get to a certain age, they want to stop trading because they don't like it anymore, or it's a different thing for them, and they want to do something else. They want to retire, they want to have fun, or they want to get back to a kind of like more relaxed style of trading, which might be swing trading, might be different, but they're not going to do this for like 60 years plus. Most people, there's going to be some differences, of course, from other people doing that, but most people won't like day trade actively and making like 100% return per year for like 60 years. That just doesn't happen much. Now, I've made some calculation about what if you had a $100,000 account, which is like good to live from trading. What if you have that, and then I want with a very decent 50% per year return, trading actively like every day or almost every day. So the calculation, what they say is basically, if you had that $100,000 account and traded for 60 years, year after year, making a 50% return per year, you'll be getting to about like 4,600,000 something, and that's all good. That's all like really attractive and stuff. But what people forget to take into account here, especially if they live off their trading, is like they're gonna have to withdraw money sometime to pay for things. Most people want to save their account there and make it grow, and if you do that, it's even more hard because you never see the real money, and you might be taking more risk. You might like not be connected with the money in your mind, and then you kind of make more mistakes. You're not really connected to the money. So one key part is you need to be withdrawing money like month after month, right? To just make it like more real, make your mind more calm, and also be able to pay your expenses, be able to pay for your rent, for your food, for whatever that is, for traveling if you live off trading. And you see that like even though you trade for 60 years with that account, you get to 4 million. But if you withdraw money, which of course most people would do, then that's gonna get crushed in like maybe half or more than half, because the fact that the compounding is gonna be much lower. And so you gotta think about these things. Now, what if you really like want to become billionaire? Okay, and you can do it. I believe like there's no obstacle, and I don't want to kind of limit anyone's goal. That's totally fine. You can be a millionaire. You can be a billionaire if you want. Here's what you gotta understand about most people that make billion out of the stock or forex market or whatever. People that invest, that like predict crash and everything. Here's the thing: they are traders. They might seem like a trader from the outside, like Warren Buffett, Marty Schwartz, Philip Fisher, but you'll see something common between them, right? They all run a hedge fund. They'll have a big fund behind them that they might trade for. They might have traders trading for the fund or whatever. They might manage the fund on a higher level, or they might be actively trading in the fund. And that's good, but the thing you understand about the fund is that they make a commission out of the whole fund, not just their own trading. So if you're at home trading your like $100,000 or you're even like $200,000 or more, well, it's really hard to make more than that per year, right? But if you are managing a hedge fund, or if you're working in a big business doing that, managing money, then you're leveraging all the money from the other client. And if you charge a management fee for these people, you're able to make a lot more money. I think about someone who's like managing a $300 million hedge fund, or even more than that, and then you take a 2% cut of all the capital per year plus a commission. That's going to amount to a big capital chunk at the end of the year. And so that's what happens. But you got to be doing it that way, and that's how people get successful and making billions over time. Now, it doesn't mean that as a trader at your house by yourself with a lot of freedom, you cannot like make a lot of money. You can be a millionaire for sure. I really believe in that. You can make 8-figure a year for sure, especially trading for a prop firm. But once it gets to making billions, and I'll link some videos for that, people are making millions or getting 8-figure salaries in prop firm. You can watch those if you want after. But you gotta think about your priorities, of course. What do you wanna achieve? And if you just want freedom, a good lifestyle, being able to travel anytime you want, and not having to attend all these meetings that a hedge fund manager would have to attend, then you gotta kind of see it as a way that you're gonna trade on your own. And that's fine too, that works too. It all depends on your priorities and what you really wanna get out of life, okay? I've learned for sure one thing in my life so far, which is like basic, but I've learned one thing is that money is not everything. So you might earn a lot of money, you might be a billionaire, but your quality of life might be even lower than a person earning $1 million a year or $2 million a year. So you gotta kind of evaluate what you want to get first, and then you go after that, and that's the basic point. So hope that makes sense. Hope that answered your question for the person that asked about why you don't see any billionaire traders except the people that are showing off on Instagram. But that's pretty much the principle. Come up with your thoughts. As always, I want to hear your comments in the comment section. Here are a few comments for past video. I appreciate you guys for those as always. Subscribe if it's not done yet, and I'll be catching you back here in the next video. Ciao.